Welcome to News Updates on Trust Television. My name is Lilian Ogazi. Thank you for joining us. In northern states on Monday met with traditional rulers from the region in Kaduna State to discuss critical issues affecting the region. The meeting was part of the Northern States Governors Forum effort to engage with key stakeholders and address pressing concerns, especially lingering insecurity, poverty, out-of-school children, and other socio-economic challenges ravaging the region. The meeting, which was chaired by the chairman of the forum and governor of Gombe State, Inwa Yahaya, and hosted by Governor Sani at Sakashim Ibrahim Government House in Kaduna, was in attendance the governors of Kaduna, Gombe, Zamfara, Nasarawa, Borno, Bauchi, Kwara, and Adamawa states. Also present were deputy governors from other northern states. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, also attended the meeting and briefed the governors on efforts by the military to tackle banditry, terrorism, and other security challenges bedeviling the northern region.
We must work with the federal government to ensure that fiscal policies are sensitive to the realities of the day. As we speak today, most of our northern states are in darkness due to vandalization of electricity transmission infrastructure. This not only underscores the vulnerability of critical infrastructure, but also the need to build additional transmission lines and diversify our energy supply so as to better connect our region and improve our energy resilience.
Resident business owners, hospital administrators, and other northern Nigerians have expressed concerns as the region marks its 8th consecutive days without electricity, leading to significant disruptions in essential services and economic activities. The outage, which began last Monday, was triggered by the tripping off of the 330 kV circuit transmission line between Benue and Enugu, as well as the one between Shiroro and Kaduna, thereby severely impacting numerous northern states. The Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, said the 330 kV DC Ugwaji Apiro double circuit tripped due to a fault, plunging the northeast and northwestern parts of north-central Nigeria into darkness. Hospitals and laboratories, heavily reliant on stable electricity for medical equipment and diagnostic services, are facing challenges, increasingly difficulties as resulting in delays and reduced healthcare availability for patients. Local businesses, particularly frozen food vendors that depend on refrigerators, are also feeling the strain, with many reporting significant losses due to spoiled inventory. The presidential aspirant of the new Nigerian People's Party, NNPP, Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, said it's about time Nigeria looks into alternative options for power sources. Kwankwaso was reacting to the power outage in northern Nigeria, which has lasted 8 days, subjecting businesses to loss and crippling essential services on his official Facebook page. He said, "It is very disheartening that many parts of northern Nigeria are in total darkness today due to vandalism on the important 330 kV Shiroro-Kaduna power line that supplies the states of Kano and Kaduna, and another line that supplies Bauchi, Gombe, and other parts of the northeast." This situation, he said, has been further compounded by the high cost of petrol and diesel in Nigeria, which has further plunged homes into darkness and forced factories to close down. Kwankwaso, therefore, encourages all state governments and private investors to invest in alternative electricity sources. The National Inland Waterways Authority, NIWA, has said it was moving towards phasing out wooden boats on inland waterways. The managing director of NIWA, Bola Oyebamiji, made this known at the weekend during an interaction in Lagos. The interaction, which focused largely on the safety of waterways and expansion of water travel, had the managing director saying that wooden boats constituted over 90% of boats on the waterways. Oyebamiji said they also accounted for the majority of accidents on the waterways nationwide. He said this was largely because they had no regard for operational rules, which included not traveling at night, overloading, and failure to use life jackets by both operators and passengers. The Katsina State government says it has completed the screening and revalidation process for all private health training institutions to ensure public safety. Recently, the government did shut down and revoke the license of all private health training institutions, saying they did not conform with the laid down rules governing their establishment in Kaduna State. Abdullah Yamadi tells us more.
It all began when information got to the state government that some private health training institutions operate in public spaces and uncompleted buildings, especially within the Katsina metropolis. A few days after closing down the private health training institutions, a screening committee was constituted with a view to verifying and revalidating those that meet the requirements of the state government in line with global best practices. The proliferation of private health training institutions in Katsina State has generated serious concerns and widespread lamentations from residents, which triggered government's swift response to safeguard public health. At one of the committees sitting with the proprietors of the private health training institutions in Katsina, officials said the exercise is aimed at ensuring that the institutions operate according to standards and within the ambit of the law.
We are going to bring out the list of authentic schools so that the parents should be, acquainted with the accredited school before they even enroll their girls.
Though concerned about the sudden closure of the institutions, proprietors said they were not worried by the exercise. They are assured of total compliance with the state government's directives.
The action taken by Katsina State government is commendable, and we have no any problem with them. We have no any objection with the action taken, and we support the government 100%. And those schools that don't have the accreditation, we are advising them to go and secure the accreditation to enable them continue operating in the state.
People in the hospitals are treating in the way that they cannot be recovered in time, because due to unqualified students that are being qualified or graduated from such school that have no objection or have no accreditation from the recognized regulation bodies. So you see, this is a very big issue. So let everybody or the neighboring institutions we have to be law abiding, to have all the requirements needed for offering these courses or for doing this education.
Meanwhile, parents and public commentators are calling for a thorough investigation into the proliferation of private health training institutions, at least to save lives and safeguard public health. They also call on the government not to compromise standards. Abdullahi Izmayamadi, Trust Television News, Katsina.
Now moving on, members of the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities, Sanu, and the Non-Academic Staff Union of Educational and Associated Institutions, NASU, have commenced an indefinite nationwide strike within campuses of public universities to demand the immediate release of their 4 months withheld salaries. In a statement on Sunday, co-signed by Sanu President Mohammed Ibrahim and NASU General Secretary Peters Adeyemi, the two unions said it's appalling that despite several ultimatums issued, the government's no positive response has come from the government. Rather, no positive result has come from the government. The two unions directed their members in all public universities and inter-university centers throughout the country to hold a congress in their respective campuses on Monday, October 28th, and proceed on an indefinite, comprehensive and total strike action, as no concession should be given in any guise. The two unions berated the federal government for paying withheld salaries to the academic staff union of universities while neglecting the non-academic unions. The caretaker committee of the All Progressive Congress in Rivers State has called on the National Assembly to check the conduct of some of its members whose conduct it says may dent the image of the National Assembly. The caretaker committee chairman, Tony Okocha, made the call at a media briefing in Port Harcourt. Okocha is reference to alleged criticism of the judiciary by members representing Idiato Federal Constituency of Imo State in the House of Representatives, Ikenga Oguchinyere, whom he described as a meddlesome interloper whose regular comments on Rivers State issues are for his personal gains.
I have said over and over again, and I want to say again, that the 27 assembly members didn't defect to the APC. I am the most qualified, the only credible source to speak on the matter. And I'm speaking. I'm chairman of the party. Whoever says, oh, they did, at what point did they defect? To who? They should have defected to me. They should have defected in their respective wards. But in all of this drama, for how many months today, nobody has been able to show that in Ward A, that House of Assembly member A registered with us, registered with the APC. Nobody has said so. You hear people flaunt, oh, because they were flaunting flags. Political gimmick. And it worked for them. So in the proper sense, the 27 assembly members didn't defect.
All right, now moving on. A video showing Alex Ikwechige, member representing Aba North and South Federal Constituency, allegedly assaulting an Uber driver during a delivery at his residence in Maitama, Abuja, is currently trending. According to the driver, whose name is yet to be known, tensions escalated when he requested that Ikwechige come outside to receive his delivery personally. In the video, the lawmaker repeatedly insisted that the request was disrespectful, given his social status. As the altercation intensified, the footage captured Ikwechige slapping the driver multiple times, insisting the request was disrespectful, given his social status. At one point in the recording, Ikwechige allegedly is heard threatening the driver, claiming he could make him disappear without facing any consequences. Meanwhile, the video has sparked widespread outrage across social media with calls for accountability and justice.
All right, so this is where I am. I just got 3 slaps from this man here, just because I told him to come and get his stuff and pay me my money. So he's claiming that he's...
Tell them, my name is Honorable Alex Ikweche. I'm a member of the House of Reps. Tell them I slapped you.
Okay.
Call the Inspector General of Police. Call him, let him come.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Record me very well. Record me very well.
All right. That's nice.
You came to my house to disrespect me?
I didn't disrespect you. I said pay me my money and let me leave.
Come on, give me that phone.
This is news update coming to you from Trust Television. Coming up, educationists encourage extracurricular educational activities for improved learning. This and more to come after the break. You are welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is news update coming to you from Trust TV. Let's take a look at our headline stories again. 19 northern governors meet with CDS Musa, traditional rulers over insecurity. Hardship bites harder in northern Nigeria as region enters 8th day without electricity. Now moving on to other stories. Stakeholders in the education sector in Osogbo have called on the federal and state government to provide necessary support to schools to enable them to encourage school club activities among students. This follows a drastic decline in school club, with many schools having no club where learners can complement academics with other extracurricular activities. Hamido Yegbadi files on the report.
The task of building a total child that is grounded in both academics and other aspects of life that reflect in one's ability to build and nurture relationships goes beyond the impartation knowledge in the classroom. This is where schools clubs such as career interest clubs, community service clubs, charity clubs, history club, literary club, drama club, investment club, and Red Cross come in. Activities in these clubs assist students to meet, mix, and work together with others from different backgrounds and cultivate the spirit of teamwork geared towards reaching the same objectives. However, while few clubs still exist in some secondary schools, the culture might be strained to other secondary schools where students are not introduced to school clubs.
The name of my club is Hype School Club, which means harnessing young people early. Our core values are excellence, compatriot service, honesty, and hardworking. This club has helped me emotionally because I think this current situation of Nigeria, we can't change. But Hype School Club made me know that I can be the change I wish to see in Nigeria. I belong in a club titled I Choose, I Do, and I Lead. This club helps to build future leaders. In this club, we learn how to be able to stand on our own, how to be an entrepreneur, and it has taught me a lot of lessons, both morally and academically.
The name of my club is Literary and Debate Club, and the club is all about testing your intellectual skills on speaking and also telling the audience about what you feel about a particular topic. And it has helped me a lot in my intellectual skills. And also maybe when I get to tertiary institutions, it will help me to be able to be bold and speak to audience in a very fluent way.
These teachers at Oshogbo Grammar School say they put a lot of effort in sustaining school club activities in the school.
Right from day one, when the students are coming in for the registration, we parted them into the club and we look at the way they do, their ability, so to put them in each of the clubs. So we have many clubs as you can see.
We've been seeing numbers of students, even enormous numbers of students trooping into the clubs, different clubs in the school, and thank God it has been changing their life day by day. They've seen themselves as the leaders, they've seen themselves as someone that can do better in future, someone that can do well even in their academics and other activities in the future, presently, now, and tomorrow of their life.
Educationists called on the government to provide necessary support for schools to promote school club activities so as to provide opportunities for students to explore new interests and hobbies.
All right, now moving on to business. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, in its latest World Economic Outlook report, has highlighted a significant global shift in manufacturing production towards emerging markets like India and China as advanced economies lose competitiveness. This trend indicates that emerging economies like India are becoming key players in the global manufacturing landscape. It projects India's GDP growth to moderate to 7% in 2024 and 6.5% in 2025 as a pandemic-induced demand wanes. The IMF report also noted that there is also a broader shift in consumer behavior from goods to services. This shift is fueling growth in the services sector in both advanced and emerging markets. Away from business, 7 more young girls trafficked to Ghana have been rescued and brought back to Nigeria, while 5 traffickers were arrested in Ghana with the help of Ghanaian Anti-Human Trafficking Police, NIDO Ghana, and the Nigerian High Commission in Accra. Chairman of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, NIDCOM, Abike Dabiri-Erewa, thanked the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, for her unwavering support in facilitating the return of the girls. Acknowledging the important role played by Chief Kalisus Elozuwa, both Chairman, Nigerians and Diaspora Organizations Ghana Chapter, and the Anti-Human Trafficking Police Unit in Ghana, as well as the Nigerian High Commissioner Abike Dabiri-Erewa, expressed her satisfaction with the collaboration of the 2 countries in fighting human traffickers. The rescued victims have been handed over to NAPTIP. The federal government has called for urgent and aggressive measures to combat the catastrophic impact of climate change. The Minister of Environment, Balarabe Lawal, made the call at the just concluded Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting held in Apia, the capital of the independent state of Samoa. The minister led the Nigerian delegation to the meeting after technical flight issues prevented the Vice President Kashim Shettima from representing President Bola Tinubu at the summit. Lowell said that the impact of climate change was a global crisis that demands immediate action. He added that Nigeria's position on the environment, democracy, security, and other issues were prompted by current challenges faced across the world. Similarly, the minister reiterated Nigeria's support for the new Secretary General of the body, Shirley Ayoko Bochwe, currently Ghana's Minister of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration. He expressed the hope that with the Bochwe's emergence, there would be more robust engagement between Africa and the Commonwealth. In a communique issued by the Commonwealth Secretary at the end of the meeting, the leaders commended His Majesty King Charles III for his unwavering commitment to a more sustainable and resilient future for the Commonwealth countries.
We need to address climate very strongly because climate has become a big issue, not only in Nigeria, but globally. I'm sure if you know what we have gone through recently in the area of flood, which has devastated a number of states and a number of communities in Nigeria. And we're also looking at the issue of erosion, which is also linked to flood. And we also looked at the issue of degraded land that we have been talking about. And also the rising sea level, which I think is central to what we discussed, because this is the first meeting that has happened in the Pacific, where you have issues related to rising sea levels. So most of the states that are surrounded by ocean raised this issue strongly, and Nigeria supported them because we have similar issues around the coast in Nigeria. In Lagos.
And now away from Nigeria, Kenya's impeached Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has filed a petition with the Court of Appeal on Monday, aiming to halt ongoing impeachment proceedings in the High Court. Gachagua argues that the High Court's recent rulings were flawed and has raised objections over the legitimacy of the three-judge bench presiding over his case. The Deputy President legal team led by lawyer John Njomo contends that Party Chief Justice Philomena Mwilu overstepped her authority by appointing the three judges without the approval of the Chief Justice. According to Njomo, only the Chief Justice has the constitutional authorities to assign judges as outlined in Articles 25, 27, 47, 48, 50, and 260 of Kenya's Constitution. Gachagua petition claims the bench appointment violated Article 165 of the Constitution and was an error in interpreting the law. Gachagua is now urging the Court of Appeal to issue an injunction to stop the High Court proceedings until his appeal is reviewed. And now in sports, Manchester United have sacked manager Erik ten Hag following the club's lackluster start to the season. A club statement on Monday said Erik ten Hag has left his role as Manchester United's men's first-team manager. United dropped to a lowly 14th on the table after suffering their fourth defeat in 9 league games at West Ham on Sunday. Manchester United legend Ruud van Nistelrooy will take charge of the team on interim basis. With that, we've come to the end of News Update here on Trust TV. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms and our YouTube live stream for news, programs, and documentaries. Thank you for watching. My name is Lilian Ogazi. Bye for now.